All right, we are back. All right, guys. We are fucking back. Let's go. Fuck yes. Listen. All right. Let's just check the stream real quick. Let me go check my what we on. What we on? Hold on. My content. Look at this shit. YouTube. All right, guys. All right, what's up? What's up? We are back. We got hair messy. We got room looking like shit. I smoked a fat ass fucking doobie yesterday, but what we gonna do right now is we're gonna react to all this BS happening in LA, and I'm saying BS because it is not a natural disaster. It has already been proven that the people that are causing these fires are some kind of like hired guns, allegedly. A lot of them homeless. Some of them are undocumented. So you know what I'm saying. And yeah, I'm gonna be going to a casting soon. Just fashion shit, and then going to go up to LA to volunteer, and then Sunday too, we're going to be doing a food drive in Santa Ana. So we're just going to help out the community as much as possible, right? I mean, one of the things that we do talk about in MOA, if you guys don't know, go follow Michael Sartain, Rolo Tomasi, Access Vegas. Go follow them right now. I'm plugging them before I plug myself in. It's just obvious, right? They are the OGs. So um in our brotherhood, in our code, we we are about it, right? So yeah, we throw all these, luxury charity events, galas in LA, in Las Vegas, a few times in Miami, but like Babes in Toyland, and we do a couple other ones, right? And we're always donating. We're always doing toy drives, donating food, supplies for the troops when we're in Fourth of July and Memorial Day. So since something like this has happened in LA, we are going to go and help. So everybody that I know, artists, influencers, entrepreneurs, everybody's pitching in to help. Whether it's putting money to, stopping this, changing the leadership, rebuilding LA once the chaos is over, and we are going to help all the families that are being displaced right now. So yeah, DM me on IG if you watch this and you're like, hey, I would like to contribute to rebuilding LA. It don't matter, man, if it's poor, rich. Like, people don't deserve to get their houses burned down. So you know what I'm saying? If this is happening to the poor people, or in this case, we're saying lower middle class, normal people that own businesses, then we will do the exact same thing, right? In this case, I'm saying because they're particular targeting like Burbank, Calabasas, Pasadena, the Palisades, Beverly Hills, Hollywood Hills. West Hollywood, Hollywood Hills isn't like 100%. Hey, these are rich people, but it's people that are working toward the dream, right? A lot of them have their own independent production companies. They're artists, so they're not people with like hundreds of millions of dollars. Not everybody, right? That's still 1%. Everybody in LA is still working towards something, right? Anyways, all right, let's react to this BS because I do think that. Yeah, let's go on X first. All right, we're gonna go on X first. Boom. That is not the right one. Hold on. Let me get to this one right here. And then we may react to like slightly different shit as well. In that case, will be typical kind of red pill adjacent. I'm just kidding, man. I'm not gonna be Myron right here saying how much girls are not fit for marriage. Not everybody needs to get married. Shout out to Myron though. Myron's a really nice guy. I've met a couple times. Um, I just am not going to create content that berates women. I mean, we love the ladies, right? We love the hoes, but we're on the mission to empower men. Once men are empowered and they're back on their shit, a lot of times things just fall into place, right? So, um, while we are keeping on the theme of the LA fires, right? The reason that this is happening is because, as you guys have probably seen, is that let's see, where's Officer Tatum? I think even Matt Walsh reacted to his Candace did. Is yeah, people, insurance companies, they're pulling the cards. They are supposedly, well, they've been confirmed to deny insurance before the fires. They pulled out of several homes and communities. Right, we got these fire hydrants not working. We got DEI led fire department. It doesn't make sense, right? People are unprepared. There's no water. So all this is just resulting of incompetency, resulting of lack of preparation and actually taking things serious and be like, hey, this is the worst possible scenario that could happen within the next few months. I mean, look, the last time that it was kind of misty and foggy was like Christmas time and then New Year's time. But apart from that, LA's been dry as fuck for a couple months. It wasn't green like it was last year. And so, you know, at the end of the day, right, these things could have been prevented. Just like if you're a lifeguard and like, you are keeping an eye on the little kid, make sure he just doesn't jump in the pool. And if he does, like you're ready to drag him out in case, mom is not keeping an eye on him or something. Definitely happened to me one time. And yeah, this is what happened with the LA fires right now. It's like people are not taking this seriously. They weren't taking this seriously of the fact that whether it was intentional or not, um, the fires, a fire going, just was just gonna eat it all up. So let's react to this. Let's see. So we got, yeah. Shout out to Marcel. He's actually over there near the Palisades, and you know, he's donating as much as he can. Shout out to Marcel, man. He's actually out there near the Palisades, not at the Palisades. He's okay, but he's donating whatever he can. And he's helping people, and he's also noticed a pattern because he's over there of how suspicious it has become for these fires to just pop up and burn the houses, but they don't burn the trees. How come? How come they're not burning parks and stuff like that? They're just burning houses. Like what's up with that? Right. All right, cool, cool. All oh wait. All right, guys, we got to do the fucking thing here. Like, what's up? All right, there we go. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, let's react to this. What we got? Because I gotta go to this fucking casting, man. I gotta. Then I'm gonna go help out, right? So cool. All right, let me just do this. All right, what's up, guys? What is going on? Um, we are live streaming on YouTube right now. So I'm not in LA right now, so I'm all good. Don't nobody. I don't give a fuck. Motherfucker. Hold on. These sons of bitches. Are we live? Are we live? Like, what's going on? Motherfucker. Hold on. Sons of bitches. What the fuck? Hold on. No. Are we live? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right, we are live. Yeah, I'm not in LA right now, so I don't need anybody asking like if I'm in LA and shit. We are just gonna be live streaming on YouTube right now, and we're gonna be reacting. Go to my YouTube channel if you want to just see me react. We're gonna go see all these news and shit for the LA fires, man. Hey, donate to the LA Fire Department and whatever other charity that you see that is doing this. What's up? What's up? Three people. Look, we are reacting on YouTube. I just put this on because I have no clue how to connect this shit. And can I say shit? Because it's my first live. All right. So we're gonna be reacting to the LA fires. Like I said, a little suspicious of how these are just popping up in the affluent neighborhoods. Shout out to Marcel, man. He's doing what he can. He's donating and he's making people aware of what is going on in the situation. So you know what I'm saying. All right, this is what's gonna go on. So we're gonna go to this casting in a little bit in Irvine, and then we're gonna go volunteer this weekend, helping the people of LA out. Don't matter rich, poor, man. Like when something like this happens, we are about it. We be about it. So since we be about it, and LA's in trouble, we're gonna go help LA. All right. That is what's up. What's up, James? All right. So we're just gonna be looking at in YouTube for these suspicious activity that is going on in LA right now. So definitely right here. Hey yo, so anybody else notice how Gavin Newsom does not know what the fuck he's doing? I think that is evidence of somebody that, you know, we're always like, telling women like, oh, and we're always telling the ladies like, you guys don't know accountability, blah blah. Look, men or women, this is just a prime example of incompetency and also sociopathy because he just clearly doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't have a emergency plan for what the fuck is going on, right? So what the fuck is going on with with this leadership that we have in LA? It's kind of gay, bro. All right. Interview. Where the fuck you at, Newsom? What's up? Hey, look, if somebody pull up on this man, y'all better grill the fuck out of him, man. I don't know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we like if you're in the army, if you're in the Marines, like you already know that these things are preventable, even whether it is intentional or not. And this is something that is not currently being done. Look, let's just. I'm gonna take out the. Lady catches Gavin Newsom. Here it is. We're gonna be reacting to. We're on YouTube right now. We're live, so I don't know how to sync up the two yet. I'm old. I'm 50 years old. I don't know how technology works. And also, I'm gonna go to. I don't know, man. LA's burning, and they're still having casting, so I'm gonna go, and then I'm gonna go volunteer, help out LA. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, so this lady, right, catches Gavin Newsom. She's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm on the call with the president," and this is how you catch people in their bullshit. You ask twice, 3 times. Third time is a charm. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this man is like, "Look, we are on call with the president," and then he says, "Well, we can't find any fucking signal." Look. And then he says, "There's no signal." Like, what is this? What is this, bro? Look, this motherfucker looks like the Joker. Like, hey, somebody. I'm not advocating for, physical harm, but this is somebody that clearly has not ever gotten beaten up in high school, and he just thinks he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Right. So he's just talking in like this vague political, language pattern that he's just used to. It's kind of gay. All right. Right. So she's asking him, she's like, "Are you going to do what I'm going to do, which would be physically get in the trenches and do something?" Right. And he can't even look at her in the eye. So this is how you catch people on their bullshit. You got to ask 2 or 3 times, very specific questions. And once you do that, you figure it out. You're like, okay, can this person actually fucking answer the question? And this man cannot answer the question. He's just leaving. All right. Where's what's the other lady's name? I know I'm not supposed to. And she just pulled a race card too, right? She's like, "Oh my god, what's her name? Governor Bass." That is also. Who names their kids these things, man? What the fuck? Hold on. Governor Bass, right? Yeah, they be asking this lady, bro. They're like, "Look, Karen Bass, Karen too, man. What the fuck?" Karen can't even keep the order together, bro. Like what? Karen can't even call the cops on time. Like what is going on, bro? Hold on. Karen Bass at the air. Let's do Karen Bass Airport. Right. They pulling up on this lady at the airport, right? And she don't got no answers. All right, I'm gonna cut the shit off on Instagram. If you still want to watch the replay, go on YouTube, man. Sur Media. That's my media company. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. Follow my other pages. Go donate. Go donate if you live in LA. Don't be a bum. All right.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? They're dealing with this disaster.
This is how you catch somebody on their BS, right? They don't got no words. They don't know what to say. They don't know like how to. This is clearly an individual that does not know how to deal with conflict. Hence why LA is on fucking fire right now. What the fuck? Look, because somebody said, in this case, this lady, she's like, "It is not my problem if people don't have water. It's their problem, right?" I mean, yeah, each to its own. Like the citizens should be on top of what the leadership is doing for them because they chose the leadership. But the leadership is now in there, and their leadership is clearly deflecting, avoiding any sort of responsibility. Look, fire firefighter, LA, gay. I don't know. Lesbian firefighter, LA. I think that's what the video's called. Los Angeles. Dude, when these girls from the valley, they're like Los Angeles. It's like the funniest thing ever. I just think it's like I don't know. I don't know if it's like if you could view it exotic. I'm not American originally, so for me, it's kind of not the way that people from my hometown speak. Los Angeles. All right, listen. Where's homegirl at? So if we click on this lady, and then
All right, guys, we've been talking a lot about the Los Angeles fires on this channel, and there's so much going on.
For a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Oh my gosh, so much.
Now, I do not want to insult this woman's orientation or her gender or whatever she identifies as. However, I am going to say that this is very, very this just lacks massive leadership qualities, just lacks a massive sense of responsibility. And this would be topic. This is I don't know if you've seen the memes, guys, but this is something that you typically would see with a girl that you're just going out with, maybe a girl you're dating, and let's say, hypothetically, it hasn't happened to me, but hypothetically, she wants to key your car, right? Maybe she destroys your window. Hypothetically, this girl has anger issues, and yeah, and then like she blames it on you. She's like, you did not pay enough attention to me, therefore I'm going to destroy your car because you made me feel bad, right? So if we're talking about this particular situation, dealing with Miss Fire Lady, who's not even qualified right here, she's okay. She's supposed to be strong enough to carry somebody out of a burning building, right? Because in that amount of heat, and if you end up burning, then you should be able to. Well, if you're caught in a situation where you get burned or there's a massive amount of heat, you could have a stroke, you could faint without having a stroke just from dehydration alone. And if you get burned, right, you're going to go into shock, right? And you're not going to be able to escape the fire because you're burning, or you've been burned, or something fell on your head and you're unconscious, or you're too dehydrated to move. And, somebody like her should be able to walk into the building and get your ass out. And she's not able to do that, right? So is she strong enough to do this? Clearly she's not, right? I mean, I don't see her lifting 300 pounds, deadlifting 350, benching definitely not 225. I do not see her running, 2 miles under 20 minutes, under 15 minutes. Definitely not. That BMI is not under 30, bro. And if you add on the gear, the 100 pounds of gear, incompetency at its finest. All right.
To do this, or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Oh my gosh, so much to go over here. First of all,
yeah, Amala, I agree with homegirl right here. It's like you're supposed to be competent enough to be able to perform your job, especially if your job is dealing with emergencies. If I'm a lifeguard and I can't swim, and I'm like, oh my God, why did that kid get himself there in the first place? It doesn't matter. The kid is drowning. All right, get the kid out of the water. It's plain and simple.
you can respond, and then
Listen, I am so tired. You know what? There was an article that just came out that said that actually the most educated demographic in this country right now is Black women. So let me be clear.
me be crystal clear.
I don't have the immediate statistics on this. However, look, when what is it? Fire department head, DILA. All right, so listen here, ladies and gentlemen. We got when we're pushing diversity over competence, then we have something. This is the result. This is the result that happens when you prioritize things that are not important. And my phone fell and broke. There we go. What will I do? All right. Let's see. I can't believe we're on Fox News. We're giving Fox News clout. Fuck Fox News.
Business owner who was an honorary LAFD fire chief in 2022. And Paul, I understand you have some thoughts on the Los Angeles Fire Department chief, Kristen Crowley, and her implementation of a racial equity plan. So what should we know about that?
Good morning, Carly. Yeah, first of all, Leo laid it out from like the 50,000-foot view and perspective, and I could feel his anger. So thank you for that, Leo. But I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more and go down just about to street level and let you know what happened because of the mismanagement of this fire chief, Kristen Crowley. Number one, she lied. Gavin Newsom lied. And the supervisor, Lindsay Horvath, lied when they said that there was pre-deployment for this fire. I talked to the firefighters. There was no pre-deployment, so they lied flat out. There was not enough staffing because we don't have enough staffing at the Los Angeles Fire Department. And there was not enough water because of problems at the beach.
Yeah, gee, I wonder what would have happened if all the firefighters that got fired, or whatever the term is, all the firefighters that got fired because they didn't have a vaccine, they could have been taking care of the problem right now. So shout out to the possible firefighters that really cared about their job, but politics got in the way.
The older class of employees, which when it comes to the COVID mandate, they were firing DWP employees just like they were firing Los Angeles firefighters. I was at the Board of Rights hearings for 7 different firefighters, and I watched as they were fired. One of them asked to strip his uniform off after he was terminated in the Board of Rights hearing. And Kristen Crowley, Chief Kristen Crowley, was 10 feet away in her office and could have come in that boardroom and stopped the whole thing, but she didn't. She's a coward. She has mismanaged this department with her DEI initiative to the point where I think the LAFD is in an irrecoverable spin and will never be brought back. It's been her priority since day one. Since day one, after her appointment, she spent $670,000 to do a nationwide recruitment campaign to bring more LGBTQs to brag about how she's the first openly gay chief. I don't care. I know a very good friend of mine who's 90 years old, who lost her house on Radcliffe Street behind that burned out Gelson's. Mary left with just the clothes on her back. She's been in that house since 1966. She left with the clothes on her back and her wallet and her passport. So I'm as angry as Leo is, but I'm angry for a couple different reasons. I right now am going to demand that Kristen Crowley resign as the fire chief. She's incompetent. She's unqualified. By the way, Alexander Mayorkas named her a FEMA advisor for disaster emergencies. She's a disgrace. She doesn't even know. She can't even throw. When she was a firefighter, she couldn't even throw a ladder properly. She was promoted through the ranks merely because she's an LGBTQ. You're not allowed to say the L word, I guess. And that's why she was appointed by Mayor Garcetti to be the fire chief, simply for that reason. And I'm very angry right now. I've got a fire burning behind me. You can see I'm in my car. I have no power in my house. I haven't had it for 24 hours now. I'm watching a fire. I'm watching the Palisades fire behind my house. I'm 16 miles away from the Palisades, and that fire has creeped to about three miles from my house. I can see it coming over a ridge. This should not have happened. It didn't have to happen. There was no pre-deployment. She doesn't have the staff. She was calling firefighters back. She didn't even have equipment to put them in because she's because the staff is leaving. There are not enough engineers. So even if they had the firefighters, they didn't have the apparatus to put the firefighters on to fight this fire. This fault lies squarely on the shoulders of Chief Kristen Crowley, who should resign today. And then we talk about Mayor Bass, who should also resign. What a disgrace she's turned out to be.
Cutting the fire department budget by $17 million. Paul, you've given us a lot of insight into the situation on the ground and things that really should be analyzed in the days and weeks ahead. Paul, we have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us this morning with that.
So what have we learned? Homeboy, man, I'm so bad with names. Hold on. What's his name? Yeah, Mr. Honorary LAFD fire chief is totally right about this. They should have kept this man on up until right now, and this would have not happened. So yeah, this is what happens when you don't exercise social responsibility from the government, state management position down to every firefighter that is working like just on the basic employment level, right? The bottom of the pyramid employees. Like social responsibility has to be practiced by everybody at the bottom and everybody at the top. Otherwise, you just have a weak foundation and then a pyramid that just topples in and of itself. Capiche? All right, we're gonna go on next. I'm doing this a little too quickly, just because, man, last night I did a number on myself, and we're just setting things up. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Like, okay. Oh, let's. Should we like divert it for a little bit? Divert the man. Hold on. I think this is kind of entertaining. You knew you were a 304 when. All right, let's see what the ladies have. This is called market research. That's just what it is. I'm not gonna go judge and not gonna shame. I'm not gonna say, hey, you guys are wrong for this. This is the ladies telling on themselves, and it's like, All right, let's see. When I dated my male bestie and pretended to just be friends around his girlfriends. Around his girlfriend. Shout out to her for being cool, all right? Because otherwise she could have destroyed that relationship and homie would have ended up with two relationships that would have dissolved instead of, keeping one or keeping both. In this case, he kept both. So, shout out to the male bestie. Slept with father and son. That's a little evil, man. That is a little evil. Unless they both consented and both know about it, they don't care. I dated two brothers plus their friend. Hey, man, community service out here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to do it. When I drove Maine just to sleep with best friend in room. What are we talking about? Are we talking about like Xannies, or are we talking about just like we smoked the bowl together? I had coitus with my side dude at my main dude's place. That is just disrespectful. Okay. That is disrespectful. I don't condone any physical harm, but I get it if he would have found out, man. If I came home and there was like semen stains because I got a red light, but if I had a purple light and I just saw like a stain there, and then I got a DNA tested, I would just change the locks. That's it, right? That's just me. I'm not going through all that trouble for real. All right, when I had the second guy and perfectly acted like a virgin, utterly tightened my walls so he could penetrate for 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't really see what the problem there is. Okay, let's see right here. Maine came for the night, and we did it for a few minutes while blah 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 at my side texted me and said he outside. Ooh, girl, damn. All right. Told Maine that I'm about to take a shower and quickly come back. Took the towel. Yeah, that point is just like that. I don't know. This is one of the situations where you just got to think on your feet. So, boyfriend drove me to my other boyfriend's place, and then I've seen this one before. He finished in her, and then he's like, "You're wet today." Look, that is disrespectful, man. I would. You got to keep your standards high and clear, and be like, "Look, if this is the type of games you want to play, go play them with Jamal over there. Go play them with Kevin. Don't bring that shit to me. All right, I'm cool. I don't know why this is." Hey yo, if you know, you know, right? Shout out to my ladies. If you know, you know. All right. I own her. No, you don't. This is not 1964. All right. 13th Amendment has been passed. So has the 14th and the 15th. All right. Let's see. California fires. This is what we go. This is what we gonna get in these live streams. Like, I'm trying to do them as good as Rolo does and Michael does, but I'm a little ADHD, man. We just sometimes gonna bounce, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about. I was gonna say we're gonna talk about basketball, but I don't watch basketball. I'm sorry, guys. Whoever's expecting sports out of me, I'm not saying I'm a lazy bum. I'm just saying I don't watch football. All right. So what lives on TikTok saying Trump's not in office, Democrats in control. Well, yeah, this is evident right here, right? So before it was like, okay, they got the schools, and now they got Hollywood, and now they tell everybody what to do. But now it's like, okay, people didn't take it seriously. They're like, okay, we'll just stop paying attention to Hollywood, right? Let the left eat itself. But now, when it comes to a situation like this particular situation in Los Angeles, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's affected. So the normal people are getting the house burned down. The rich people are getting the house burned down. Yeah, look, this is not the 1500s. Like, this is not the only solution to bring, balance back to the force if this is what the intention is. But yeah, nobody deserves to get their homes burned. Fire doesn't discriminate. Yeah, it doesn't. So you guys do, because you fired everybody that didn't bow down to your mandates. So now we are in this situation. Thank you, Elon Musk, parentheses parody. I cannot say that word on YouTube, but this is not climate change. All right. I feel like they are burning all the Diddy information or something. Like, somebody was like, you know what? Everything got to go. And since, we're on the verge of the Diddy trial, and Cat, he said some true things that have been coming to fruition the whole 2024. It just seems a little suspicious. Also, this kind of rising wave of people that come undocumented and just live on the streets, and then we're just feeding them this narrative that we're supposed to eat the rich, and it's always the billionaire's fault, and everybody that is white and like non person of color, like not a person of color, is somehow responsible for every evil in society. Then we got people that are just like, well, somebody's going to pay me to burn stuff, and they're going to do it. So they're doing it right now, right? See, yeah, so insurance companies bailed out of all of these homes in this area a couple weeks prior. Same thing that they say happened in Maui. Seems a little suspicious, little all seems suspicious. seem suspicious. All right, I cannot believe that California had a firewoman. She said, "Yeah, I'm a firewoman, but can you save my husband?" And she's like, "I can't save your husband because that's his fault."
Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a
Clearly, she can't bench more than 125 pounds, so we're all screwed. Only 5% of working firefighters are women. Look, just from observation, I've seen that most women would rather be teachers, models, the ones that are attractive enough to be models, nurses, uh, work in some kind of management. And there's few far in between, like what's her name, Debbie and Shameless, that want to be welders and bricklayers and shit. Totally fine, ladies. Totally fine. Like totally fine. I don't need to. I don't need to high five you and you got like scaly ass palms and stuff. Like I'd rather you have your nails done and your hair done, makeup done, everything done, right? Because you fancy, huh? All right, so this guy right here, he does not seem like he has his United States passport. Clearly, right? Yeah, I don't know what that is. All right, team, it's almost fire season. We need some resilience ideas. We need to make more people not straight. And the people that we employ need to be less straight than the people we employ because of identity politics. Ooh la la. Right. Look, I know there's more diversity in LA now, so we should get back to this. Obviously, with a more updated picture. Everybody clean, everybody fit, everybody, on the shit. I think my girl Summer, maybe with the skirt a little shorter, but my girl Summer Star will look great in this. Jenny will look great in this. Is that Mark? Is that Mark? Is that James when he had hair? What the fuck? Hey. Is that Chris McGuire before he turned 40? When he was in college? Look at this.
California called for help. They said to some of their neighboring states like Nevada and Idaho and Oregon and Washington, send us some fire rigs, send us some firefighters. We've got to get these fires out. Guess what happened? Did all those fire rigs and personnel go straight to the fire lines? No, they did not. They went to Sacramento. And why? Because California says if you send us your fire rig, it must first go to Sacramento for an inspection by Cal Fire. And only if it passes the inspection, and apparently it's taking some time, some of the crews have been held up, only then does it go to Pacific Palisades.
So if we're talking about the rules for radicals, which is like the commie handbook, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the full word. One of the ways to deal with an existing power structure or just take over something is by frustrating people, right? So let's say you work in an organization and you want more equity, you want more, you want to tear down the bureaucracy, right? So one of the rules for radicals is, if you can't physically attack like a system, like you just do whatever you can to just be as inefficient as possible. So, the leadership, people that work around you, they just grow frustrated and they either give up control completely or they just crumble to the ground. And so I don't know if this is intentional or not, but like I said, like this is what they're doing right now. They're just making things, and they've been doing these things when it comes to taxes, small businesses. They just make things as difficult as possible for a normal person that doesn't have a lawyer on retainer for $1 million a year. And they just make it really, really almost next to impossible for things to get done. Then, somebody with a small business, or in this case, the Las Vegas fire department, the Seattle fire department, all these people that come in for help, Arizona fire department, they can't, they're just stalled so much that, eventually they're going to be like, well, we can't help anymore because the city's burned to the ground, or they're just going to go back because they didn't pass the regulation. Oh my goodness. Right. This is like an old comic tactic. If you guys didn't know. Yeah, Quito looked like this last year, and then all of Ecuador looked like this in 2022, and then Virginia Beach looked like this during the George Floyd riots. So, yeah, not a fun situation to be in. Terribly frustrating, and like I said, like the cops are not being efficient right now because of lack of leadership. People are panicking, and they just stop thinking. Right. This is why you train like the Navy SEALs to. Yeah, man. Like people are just doing what they can to save their stuff. This is why you train the Navy SEALs and paratroopers and paramedics to think logically and without emotion in emergency situations, because then you don't have all this stuff happening where, bro, I see so many videos. Look, I don't want to feel like I'm not being empathetic, because you know I've been in those type of situations where people don't know if they're gonna get harmed or not. But I've seen just a lot of dudes, especially like if you just save your dog, like you got a right to cry for like 10 seconds. If you just save your dog and from a burning building, that's fine. But look, if you're around people that are also scared, like, bro, don't cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we live in LA, and it's, you got to learn how to express yourself to that degree, right? If your house is burning down, you should not cry. Okay, you should take care of what needs to be taken care of. You can't put out the fire. Get your valuables, get your family, and get the stuff out. You can cry later when the house is done burning to the ground, but if another house is going to be burning next to it, you might want to help in putting the fire out or helping whoever's in the other house. And then you can cry. Okay. Then you can cry when you're, back at the hotel room and you're by yourself with your dog that you just saved. Then you can shed a tear. But because I had this situation where it happened with mismanagement too, right? We're having festivals in Quito, and there's just way too many people. Ended up causing a riot because we had a very big artist come, and it was a free concert. We had like 10,000 people in this, almost like I think it was like 100, close to 100, or some crazy number like that. So people started getting impatient, and then they full on scale riot just broke out. Started tearing the fences down, pepper spray, like. Some guys got beat up because they tried getting too disrespectful towards the riot squad. And yeah, man, there's a couple people that got injured. There's a little girl that like a fence fell on top of her and had to like lift the fence while people were like trying to jump over the fence that just toppled. And instead of crying like a little bitch and be like, "Oh my God, this girl's in trouble," I got the girl out of there. And then I was like, "Okay, go find your mama and then go get the fuck out of here." Right? Found a police officer. I was like, "Hey, get this fucking 13-year-old girl and her mom out from this dangerous area." That's what you do. You don't cry, and let the girls cry, and then help the girls out and save the women and the children. All right. If you're a man, it don't matter if you're straight or not. Don't cry, bro. Like, go take care of business. The city is burning because the men are not in charge. All right. Yeah. So right now he's blaming Trump. What the fuck? It's not. So he's blaming Teflon Don because he's blaming Teflon Don, Donnie T, our boy Trump, who's not even in charge right now, for the city burning down when he's in charge. He's in charge of the state, and so is Bass. And Biden, guys, he's still here. So still in charge, apparently. He came out of the boonies. But no, we gotta blame Donnie T, right? Because he's racist. But it don't make no sense, bro. Like, kind of shit. Yeah, so we found out that some undocumented people may have caused the fire. If you can prove that you are contributing to society and to, like, let's say you live in LA, you don't have your documents. If you can prove that you're even just contributing to society, like maybe you're working you're a janitor, I don't know, you're selling tacos outside of a CVS. Shout out to Crenshaw. You know, you're the guy in the corner selling flowers and like coffee and stuff. Like those guys, like keep those guys. Do not deport those people. Those people deserve to be here. So are the construction workers, everybody working hard. Like, you know, we can find enough jobs. The U.S. is big enough where we can have enough jobs for all those people. And, you know, we take care of the safety issue. The people that are not contributing do have a criminal record, or they came here and you don't even know their names. Like they won't even tell anybody their real names. Hey, those people got to go. I'm sorry. Like I have this group of Venezuelans outside of my house in Ecuador, like a mile away, where this road is destroyed. And instead of being the guys that beg for change, they somehow, you know, with the little money that they could gather up, got a shovel, they got some dirt, they got a wheelbarrow, and they patch up the holes whatever way they can so cars can pass through to get to the other town that's like outside of my town where my house is. And yeah, those guys, like I would give them $1 every time I see them, right? And you know, if I would have needed like landscaping labor, like I would have hired them and paid them good and be like, hey, you guys are responsible, thanks for coming, like blah blah blah. I'm sure they're doing better now, but those are the guys that don't deserve to get kicked out of that country. They deserve to be given jobs, and you know, if they're apt to be leaders, so things to get done around the town, the country, the city, whatever, right? Yeah, so it's all these little loopholes, all these little roadblocks that they're putting in.
In 2020, California voters approved a bill that basically said that if your house burns down in a fire, you can transfer the tax basis of that property to something that you buy or something that you build, but you only have 2 years to do it. Now, 2 years in California to build a property, that's not very much time at all, sadly, especially for a very large house, especially for a house of this like caliber of the houses that are being burnt down. So that's sad. In theory, I think it's a really good thing to help reduce the financial, devastation that these people are going to experience long term. Think about a home that was purchased many years ago for $5 million. Let's say they were paying $65,000 a year in property taxes. Property goes up a lot over time, especially in these areas. Maybe the value today is $30 million. They go to rebuild it. If they couldn't transfer the tax basis, you're looking at like $400,000 a year that they would have to pay. So on one hand, it's really good that there's an option. On the other hand, it's unlikely that people will be able to rebuild within 2 years.
Yeah, like I said, just make things as inefficiently as possible, and you will have control eventually. And this is what the state does. The state, right? The state. If you've read the Communist Manifesto, the state is making things as inefficient as possible, just adding in as many loopholes as possible, any roadblocks, codes, regulations, and then somebody that wants to start a small business and become financially independent for themselves. In this case, build their own house, and because they had a business, they got rich, they're an artist, they're successful, and they're able to build their own house. And it's like you can't do what you want to do. You want to build a new house because your house burned down. Like, oh well, house ain't gonna get built. That's it. Because tax code 50902 version 3 doesn't allow your taxes that you already paid to allow you to rebuild a new home. BS, right? Yeah, like I saw somewhere that we were giving money to Ukraine while LA is burning. So what's up with that? Coincidentally, 10 days before Donnie T gets back in office, which makes no sense, right? Yeah, the amount of precision that you need to shout out to these guys, man. Shout out to pilots, everybody. The amount of precision that you need to have to put out a fire like this Because he easily could have, all the water could have gone over here, and he could have missed. I'm not a pilot. I'm not a flight expert, but I do know that from the 1 or 2 flight simulations that I've played, it's you got to get the shit right. It's about precision, and you only got one shot, one opportunity, right? No shot at Eminem because he wanted to vote for Kamala and Newsom, and now we in this situation. So, you know, shout out to Lose Yourself, but no shout out to Eminem. Yeah, free healthcare. Oh my goodness, undocumented. And guess who's burning the houses right now? Supposedly undocumented people. Yeah, man, we need this back. We need this. Okay, just peace and tranquility in every single city in LA, rich or poor, rich or middle class, lower class, whatever. It's a community effort, right? People just give a fuck about each other. Like empathy and then social responsibility is imbued on the youth, as well as the people that are, you know, in office right now. Then you can have an LA like this. LA and New York are the most advanced cities in the world. Well, in the US, apart from say like Toronto, Miami, City of Mexico, Mexico City. Sorry, Mexicans. I got that wrong. And yeah, you know, LA is always like the forefront of entertainment. Atlanta may be beating it right now on certain aspects, but LA is always on the forefront. And you know what I'm saying? They have the capacity to make a city as big as LA be very, very safe, fruitful, and just very chill to live in. Essentially, essentially, if you go to San Diego, Gaslamp, when it's like very chill, like during the summer and stuff, it's clean. That can be all of LA. If LA just everybody got on the same page. Very difficult with 10 million people, but if everybody just got on the same page. Compton could also be like extremely safe, as well as Calabasas, right? It's all possible. Like, yeah. So I remember when I saw the movie Babylon, everything looked like this, and now, well, it still doesn't look amazing, but you know, progress, I guess. Yeah, look at this.
First of all, I love him. Do you like Newsom? How do you feel about Newsom? Had him on my show Friday. I think he does as the governor of California. No, I don't. I wouldn't say I'm undertaxed. Yeah, I have issues with this state. He's got one reason I want him to run for president. Well, is because he's obviously a winner. This guy could fucking do it. It's insane that we have the guy, but we can't run him because we have to tiptoe around Biden and define a winner. Well, he would win the election. Oh, so he would win the election.
He's a talented debater, speaker.
So he's a talented debater, but he does not know. He's a talk guy, but he doesn't do anything that he feels like is improving his quality of life. Because he's the head of the state. So yeah, you can't do everything, but he has enough influence to, you know, get certain things going, right? Which is your job as a governor, right? Getting things going. And he can't come up with an answer, Mr. Bill Maher. And due to that reason, he's like, well, he won still, you know, he's still won for office, so let's make him president. What? That makes no sense. And we need a bunch of these back. I saw this video of this girl praying to God and like, look, yeah, situation is dire. There's so many atheists and stuff, and now people are like, oh, God help me. It's like, yeah, no comment. So we built a building for people to live in who don't even have jobs. And somebody whose house has burned down. Let's say this person is not a scammer. Let's say she owns a very successful beauty company, you know, like Jeffree Star, right? Owns a makeup company. Or like, I don't know. Does Nikita Dragon do anything? I don't know. But I know Jeffree Star owned like a gigantic makeup factory. And so did like some of those other YouTubers. let's say, boom, right? Became successful enough to buy himself a house. It's comfortable. Maybe works for a tech company, develop new SaaS software. It's the reason why I'm able to stream right now. Maybe it's the inventor of this. And he's able to buy a house. Well, they pull the insurance out of his house. And now somebody that does not have a job, who escaped Guatemala, I'm sorry, like, yeah, I'm sure that person doesn't deserve, to be a victim of gang violence over there. But you're coming over here and you're getting preference over a guy that invented, I don't know, ChatGPT or something, right? Because we need to have empathy for diversion, whatever BS, right? I think personally, for me, I love diversity if it comes to art. If it comes to art, entertainment, because the world is so big that you can, if you have an audience that will invest in you, that audience, and you're making something that is like of quality but diverse, right? Like you're somebody that's from Thailand and you're making a story about growing up as a Thai person in Chicago or something, right? And you make a story that people relate to and they're like, oh, I'm not Thai, I'm black. I'm Nigerian, but I also grew up in the US. I had a similar experience, but I'm glad I'm seeing the nuances of your experience. That is totally okay. But if we're saying like, hey, we need to have diversity of bodies and heights and capabilities for construction workers and firefighters and on the army, it's like, no, we don't need diversity in these situations. We need men that are able to lift 225, they're able to run 5 miles without getting tired, they're able to shoot with precision. That is the standard that we need. Okay, and they're able to not panic when the plane is on fire, or when the city's on fire, or when the boat breaks down, or when the jet, the wheel falls off and you got to land. Like, you don't need diversity. You need to have somebody that can execute the fucking plan. All right. All right. So I felt like I've ranted about this long enough. Let's see what we got. Okay. Let's see what we got here. When she asked me why I only last 1 minute. I'm a virgin, so I cannot relate. Sorry, guys. Can't say that I've can relate to this scenario. This most watched movie on it. I don't know. What is this? I don't know. Some of these pages are, I don't know, man. Let's check it out. Let's react to some, is this like pro masculinity and MJK whatever? Men going the wrong way. Is this like that type of content that's adjacent to that stuff? Yeah, I can agree. Don't waste their time. Okay, signs of strong men, right? I would say more so men with abundance and men with options and men with a good setup. Shout out to Dan. Never waste your time. Always have options. That is true. Don't please anybody, right? Got to be empathetic. You got to be socially aware, socially calibrated. You don't want to be weird.
I made a video saying that.
But this is.
Immediately, I lost 15,000 followers, and I got all these hate comments about, "Oh, you love guns." I was like, "No, I like his podcast." It's, "Oh, you're a right wing." I'm like, I don't even understand American politics. I just like his podcast. I made a video saying that I enjoyed Joe Rogan's podcast. Immediately, I lost.
I don't know. Maybe he just didn't reference the video that he was talking about, because Joe Rogan talks about so many topics that he'll have like liberals, communists, feminists, conservatives on his podcast. It's like, if you're posting a specific clip and you're like, I enjoyed this from the podcast, then okay, boom. I don't know if that would just cause less of a consequential reaction, right? Everybody be like, F you, Mr. Asian man that likes Joe Rogan. If you would have shared something that maybe his audience would have resonated with, and then be like, hey, this person that I like was on the Joe Rogan podcast, I don't think we'd be having this problem at all, right? All right. Stay confident in this situation. Yeah. Look, if you're in the army, you know, you hear the shots getting fired. You learn how to stay cool under pressure. Same thing, water safety. If somebody's drowning, stay cool under pressure. Okay. If a girl's like trying to tell you that you have small dick energy and you're a bitch and your mama doesn't love you and shit, unless she physically hits you or is like telling the bodyguard or something that you touched her inappropriately, then you don't need to care. Okay. I don't know why people give a fuck. Okay. Yeah, men with higher testosterone are associated with risk taking in more frequency. So I kind of agree with this one. Yeah, accountability and just being able to be socially aware that sometimes you just not in public when somebody's trying to embarrass you, but you just need to take the L and just be like, hey, you know, I didn't make the 3-pointer this time. What can I do for me to be able to make those next 3-pointers? You know, discipline over motivation. Yeah, it's a clear one right here. They have full control of their emotions.
Instead of just acting out of anger, you step back and you catch yourself. And you go through a process. First, you are aware that you don't know where your anger is from. You've made that decision. You understand it. You step back and you go, what's it that I'm really, really angry about? And in the moment that you catch yourself, you stop yourself from doing probably something stupid, saying something that'll get you in trouble. 80% of the mistakes you make in life come from this fact that you do things without being aware.
Okay, so if you don't have any practice doing this, if you're somebody that just reacts quickly, okay, look, if your homie's getting beat up, you don't need to think about it. You need to jump in and save your homie. Help your homie out. All right. Same thing with your girl. If your girl's like getting harassed or something, or someone's trying to beat her up, you know, another girl's trying to beat up your girl, you break up the fight, right? However, if some girl just calls you stupid or something, if you don't have any practice with it, it's okay. Like it'll take a little bit of time. Maybe it takes you a little bit longer to just cool down, but you know, the more sprints, the more laps that you do, the more that you swim, the better you get at swimming. The same thing when we're dealing with when the amygdala, your stress response, is triggered and it's becoming higher. At first, you're gonna be like, I don't know what to do, and you may almost react, but then you can stop yourself. But you're gonna get better over time. So then, that situation where, let's say a girl doesn't text you back, or she calls you a liar, she's like, "Are you cheating on me?" I don't cheat. I've never been out with a girl I don't know. Let me just check so my computer doesn't die. Okay. Taking the mic out of this. And then unplugging this shit. Did it work? No, it did not work. There we go. Fixed it. All right. So like I was saying, right? When you don't have any practice, let's say this is your first time, when you don't have any practice in dealing with stressful situations, you can equate this to the first time you've ever ran a mile. The first time you run a mile is going to be the hardest thing ever. Be like, I don't think I can do this. How am I going to do this again? It may take you a very long time, right? Like my first mile was 12 minutes long. I was able to shave it down to 8 because I did it with enough frequency. Now, I didn't run a mile, but maybe I ran half, walked half. So now when we're talking about stress response, in this case, hair trigger responses where, you know, your girl calls you stupid, like, or you're at a meeting and somebody disagrees with you, then you got to practice, like, okay, first off, is like, what am I going to do beforehand? If somebody insults me or disagrees with me, what am I going to do? And then when you get to that point, if that situation happens, you got to say, okay, I had a plan before of what I'm going to do. And now, since this situation's come up, this person is disagreeing with me, they're insulting me, they're looking at me the wrong way. Like, you know, worst case scenario, this person jumps me and tries to beat me up. Okay, if that is not going to happen, then do you really need to respond by insulting them, being sarcastic, being passive aggressive? Most likely you don't. Okay, or this person's trying to get you fired, and you need to just clear up the facts, and you got evidence. Then you need to take care of that situation as calmly as possible, right? But unless a girl's like, unless homegirl is insulting you, and then she tries to get a fucking bottle, a glass bottle, and tries to beat you up, there is no need to respond angrily. Take care of your family. Yes. Live life intentionally. Yeah. And here we go. Here's the thing that they want you to buy. I personally don't know. Link in my bio. Those books, they may be helpful, you know, they're not, they ain't the real thing, you know what I'm saying? So, but if it works for the people that read this book, then power be to homeboy. Men love quests. Yes, we do. I don't know. Okay, let's read this. All right, let's read this. Okay. A girl got dared to give a guy fellatio. I don't know if I can say that. And he finished. She was drowning. No, she wasn't. Painted her face like a clown. Your dare was to kiss her. Is this two girls? Or is the guy like kissing? Hold on. Hey yo, she pulls my head and we kiss. Everyone gives a round of applause when they're making out for Funes. Oh, so it's a girl or another? I don't know. If both girls like the guy, then I guess it doesn't matter as much. But if it's a guy kissing another girl that just got it on her. Oh, it's a guy. Oh my goodness, that is so embarrassing, man. That is embarrassing. I mean, he got some afterwards, but that is very embarrassing. If you do not want to put yourself in situations where you are embarrassed because you don't have options, and the only pretty girl there is being dared to give community service, then click the link in the bio and watch our masterclass on how to avoid a situation where homegirl gives it to another guy, you have to kiss her, and then, I mean, you still get it, but you got some other guy's stuff on you, which is gross. Ew. Okay. Yeah, man, Yeezy foams are the best shoes ever. Like Crocs, if Crocs were couture and high art, that's what Yeezy foams are. Yeezy foam runners. I still got mine. I was wearing sweatpants yesterday. I like didn't even look that. The most just basic bubble wrap coat and sweatpants, and it made it look good with the foam runners, right? All right, let's see. I saved some of these so I can react to them. All right, these women were asked what made them take back their cheating partners. Well, she loved them so much and was hoping he would change. She was preggo and the baby was coming, right? Listen, he made a mistake, okay? He made a mistake. Is he still paying for the bills? Is he being a good dad? I'm just saying, maybe there's some forgiveness that can be given there. If he's being a good father, and now he's being a good partner, taking care of his lady, right? Testosterone levels go down when you are a stay-at-home dad. You raise the kids and stuff. I'm not saying cheat. They should have the agreement beforehand. That's like, hey, look, I'm pregnant. We can't do anything. If you want to go out, just don't bring back no diseases and don't bring back another baby. All right. But you can go out. If they would have made that agreement afterwards, so it'd been totally fine. It's not the cheating, it's the lying. Okay. Sheer naivety. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't speak English. That's not my first language. Trauma bonding. Yeah, that's never good. Broken up for a few years. He was sober and a much better partner overall. Still ended because, not because he cheated. This doesn't make sense. I don't know. So was she the one that was addicted and he wasn't? Or like, what's up? Or maybe I just have dyslexia. All right, let's see. He took your virginity and he lied. Guys, don't lie, okay? If you're gonna say, hey, I'm gonna go out and get some other hoes, or I have other girls in the rotation. You don't gotta say who it is, but you just gotta be plain direct about it, right? I love them. I didn't know how young mindsets were so different from girls at that age. When I break up, he'd beg me back. Yeah, that's bad. So you cheat and you still want your girl back? It sounds like that sounds like a future situation to me. He should have made an album instead of being a little bitch. Because how are you gonna cheat and then you're gonna leave, and then you're gonna like feel some kind of scarcity in your life where you beg somebody back, especially if you're already like out doing stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, don't do it. It's easier to just create a new relationship than fix a broken plate. Okay. Really love them so badly and want to get experience. I want to get to experience my future with them. I just wasn't ready to let that go. So you stayed and was cheated on over and over again. I didn't love myself. I was miserable, clinging to the idea of a good life. Yeah, that's just like, that's a scarcity mindset. So, there's so many people on earth that if you have a relationship fail, you can always create a new one. If you dated a pretty girl once, well, you just got to repeat the process. If you dated a guy that was of quality and it was going good, then just figure out what went wrong from your end and his end, and repeat the process of the things that were good, and take out the bad stuff, right? All right, let's see right here.
The hotter you are, the crazier you can be. Men will put up with it. But the opposite is also.
Now, I will say that for casually dating, some girls crazy. A lot of guys allow that stuff. Unfortunately for me, I have no patience. So since I'm not Chris Brown in 2008, I'm changing locks. I'm changing locks. I'm blocking you, or you're just not getting invited to the parties anymore. You're just not getting invited anymore. We just ain't gonna talk no more. Sorry. Like, for me, I'm not dealing with crazy. I'm just not gonna do it. Nope. It's so stressful, man. It is so stressful. I used to work at a nightclub for a couple years. I had this girl I dated, one or two, and it was always like the same thing. It was like, look, I still look after I worked. Even when I came back at 6 a.m., I still came back. But like, I'm out here making money. I'm out here like, working during the pandemic at a bar and stuff. I'm making some cash, cash money. Shout out Lil Wayne. And yeah, like I'm tired. Like, I'm hustling. I'm in the trenches, like, for real. If you know Granby Street, Granby Street, and North Military Highway, that 757. And bro, like, it's always like, oh, you're cheating, you're talking to other girls. Okay, so what? My job is to take pictures of pretty girls and the not so pretty ones. Everybody. I gotta take a picture of everybody. I gotta service everybody. And it's like, the girl that I went out with didn't go to the same clubs and bars and stuff. So she stayed home. She just had a lower immune system, so she didn't want to catch COVID. Just stressful, man. It's just like, I just don't need somebody that, when I like my job and I like doing it, and even when I hate it, it's still like an adventure, right? Because men like adventure. I like my adventure. It's, that's what I need to do. And if you don't like it, then it's like, leave, And so I was like, leave, when she left.
the opposite is also true. This is why fat girls used to be so nice. But then the internet and a bunch of black dudes convinced them that they were hot too. Now you can't
Oh
even
my
talk to
goodness.
them. Relax, bitch. You can't have an attitude and type 2 diabetes. If you're over 300 pounds, you need to be as sweet as your blood sugar.
Hey, you need to be as sweet as your blood sugar. That is true. So if you're vegan and you have like low blood pressure, like, does that equate to unhappiness? Is that why you're unhappy? I just know that Michaela Peterson was vegan for a while and then she became full carnivore, and her immune system, her health problems, allergies all went away. So that's right for what she did. I don't know if that's right for everybody, but every human being, not every human being, their bodies respond to an all protein diet. High protein definitely necessary, but sometimes your body doesn't respond to pork like as good as some other people, right?
These fat white girls who get with a black dude and then they're like, see, I'm not racist. And I'm like, come on, Cheryl. It's not like you had a choice. It's like when black dudes are like, I don't even like them skinny white girls. I'm like, come on, Daryl.
You really think you had a choice?
I had a choice either. The hotter.
Yeah, for real, man. I mean, I know John Cena went out with a girl that was like 280 and he hit that. And he probably enjoyed it, I mean, he enjoyed it in the this is so funny. Hold on. John Cena, big girl. Now, there is a small population of men that do like the 30 BMI plus crowd, the diabetes 280 plus crowd of ladies. Just not for me, man. Not for me. I'm tall and I'm tall and I'm slim. I like somebody that's either tall and slim or short and slim. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I'm a virgin. I don't know. I've never been with a girl, so I don't know. Can't relate, guys. I'm just saying my preferences, but can't relate, guys. I've never been kissed before, so I don't know. This is all very strange to me.
Ugly chicks just because you feel
Absolutely.
bad. You do.
Absolutely.
Why?
Give a mercy.
You're a good-looking guy.
Throw a mercy
He was just being nice.
Did you ever do a fat chick?
Absolutely. I believe it or not.
Community service, right?
There was an instance not too long ago where I hit the 280 mark.
You banged a chick. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Let me get this. International wrestling superstar John
Absolutely.
Cena took home a 280-pound
She
chick.
took me home. I didn't take her home.
Yeah, he said
Absolutely, and the experience was great.
She have a nice face?
She had a nice smile.
Why did you do that? I don't understand.
Well, first it was kind of a challenge set out to me by the entire roster, and it was like it was a thing where you won't do it. Okay, I'll do it, but it wasn't like
she approached you and said,
I'll
"Listen,
do it."
would you come back with me?"
There was just like a moment. I'm pretty polite and respectful to everyone.
Look, he's a gentleman. Present moment awareness, because it's like, well, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna. At least I'm gonna enjoy it, right?
So it was that moment, and then she walks away.
Can't relate.
The boys start getting on. Yeah, you want your head. And it wasn't like, okay, I'll do it, tail between my legs going over there. I said, not only will I do it, I'll enjoy it. And I did. It was a great night.
Yeah, shout out to John Cena, man.
80-pound girl takes her clothes off. That's a shocker, Ruth.
Howard, lights on, everything good. No lights off. No, this has to be done. I'm getting out of here. Lights on. It was a great experience.
You saw the fat. You saw the jiggling.
I saw a whole lot of women.
She blew you?
Say a whole lot of women. Say, shout out to John Cena, man. John Cena's a good dude. And he's not like pushing the left wing agenda. He's still true to himself, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to John Cena. From what I know of, I don't follow celebrities like crazy like that. Okay. All right. Last one. So here is last one. So we're gonna react to these posts right here of women that were asked to take back. Actually, no. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm tripping. PTSD, post-traumatic Down syndrome. I'm tripping, right? Okay. All right. Women who gave a chance to nice guys. What the fuck is this? Here we go. I don't know why it's not loading. What the fuck, Twitter? Elon, fix it. All right. Women who gave nice guys a chance, it works out. The thing about being nice, the thing about you want to have the ability to be kind if you know you cannot be kind. If you know you can be cruel, it's so easy to be nice. It's like, because I can rip your head off with verbally or even physically, you know, without effort. So it's just easy for me to be nice. It's easy for me to care about the puppy when I don't hate dogs, you know, when I love dogs. It's like, I know that I can take care of dogs. I love dogs. Dogs love me. I've never been bitten by a dog. I have no trauma against dogs. It's just so easy to be nice to a dog, right? So a nice guy does not know how to talk to a woman, does not know how to be calibrated, does not live in an abundance mindset where the rejection of a woman does not affect them. When rejection does not affect you, then if you are being disrespected, you can set the boundary because of the fact that you don't care. You're like, look, I don't care if you walk away or not. Just don't disrespect me if there is even a slim chance of this relationship continuing. Okay, is that how you say it? Continuing? In this case, if you're a nice guy, you're just being nice because you're expecting niceness to give you the cat, and that is just inauthentic. Okay, if you're just nice because you're like, hey, this girl is cool, she's being cool to me, I'm being cool to her, I'm being nice, right? But I'm not afraid to make a sarcastic joke, make fun of her a little bit, tease her a little bit. Just, I'm not even afraid to walk away. I don't have a willingness to walk away. When I have a willingness to walk away, I'm just much more chill. And people like people that are chill, but also not too passive and not supplicating. If you guys don't know that word, here's a new fucking vocabulary word for your ass. Supplicating. All right. So women who gave the nice guys a chance, how work out. The reply is bruh. All right, let's see right here. He seemed a bit shy, goofy, smart, genuinely kind. He approached me, so I agreed to go out and we hit it off first. Deep, meaningful conversation about our personal challenges. He met my friends and he became my first contact. He became the pin contact in the message app, you know what I'm saying? We're both pretty vulnerable since we're going through a tough time together. One day he was on Tinder in the bed next to me. He caught on it. He said that dating me had made him realize that he needed a more confidence experience with women. He only had relations with other people at their houses. And since obviously, he said, you were my number one, girl. Freak cried and broke things off. Called me next day to watch the new Hunger Games movie. He harassed me at work. For another 6 months. Okay. So this man was chill. He was like, hey, we can patch this up. Watch the new Hunger Games movie. That could have been a chill move, right? Could have fixed things up. Could have been like, look, fork in the road. We can continue our relationship. The thing is, you guys just got to be clear. It's got to be clear either verbally or just from who you are, your reputation, whatever. It's like, look, this is what's going on. All right. You're not the only one, or it's a little bit harder for me to pick one because I have 5 other ones. Okay. I'm a virgin. I can't relate. I don't know. But in this case, homeboy was like, hey, we're exclusive. It's just us. But then he's like, well, I want to actually do other things. Well, he should have done the reverse. Where it's like, hey, look, I'm just doing a lot of other things. And then 6 months down the line, he's like, look, this is going great. Okay, this is going great. You're the person that I hang out with the most. I want you to be my girlfriend. Then it's like, oh my God, he picked me, And then he harassed for 6 months. It's just like, bro, come on. All right. Second one. He was funny, friendly in public. And he turned into a different person as soon as we were behind closed doors. Not in the Christian Grey type of style. You know what I'm saying? He's basically your textbook abuser. Controlling and demanding and manipulative. He wanted to do some really weird and degrading stuff. Probably like Drake when he wants that alleged accusation that some girl was like, hey, I like when Drake, Drake likes it when girls spit in cups and then licks them, and then we do other things. I don't know, man. That I laughed. I was like, man, that's a little weird, bro. Allegedly, right? All right, weird, and he's weird and he's into degradation. Okay, to you, and he gaslights her into thinking that she's the weird one for not wanting to be degraded, and it's not her thing. If it was her thing, it's like, okay, cool, right? He makes angry comments like, I'm just trying to be romantic and you keep freaking out. Yeah, man. Weird, right? I got out of the relationship before anything else could happen. And he insisted he was the nicest guy he ever met, right? Ew. All right, let's see this one. He went on a really good date, had the best time. He came back. Okay, hold on. I'm tripping. Hold on. I misinterpreted that. He came back to my house because he said he couldn't get a taxi. That's what she said. That's what she said. I put him on and he came to my room that night and he tried to do it. I pretended to be asleep, hoping to stop. He didn't. That's when you got to say no, right? But he's at your house, so I get the fear of this man is already in your house for the first time. You don't know him. It's like the fight or flight kicks in, and unfortunately, it's fight, flight, or freeze. In her case, freeze, right? Fell asleep with his hand on my boobs. If only he would have done the right thing and been a calibrated man. Because that is, I can't relate, but that sounds like it's cute. And his heart on my back. In the morning, he left. Yeah, that just sounds uncomfortable, but it didn't escalate to anything. Unfortunately for her, because man, somebody in your bed and you just met them. Yeah, it's going a little too fast there, buddy. He was a friend of a friend. You were never going to meet a significant other just by going out to the mall and trying to approach girls or a girl, right? Going to go find some guy, right? I mean, you might, if you're into the other kind of work and you go to Figueroa and you're like, hey, guy, for $12, I'll service you, right? But we're just talking about normal, non-strictly transactional relationships, right? He was a friend of mine. We went on a date and it just didn't click. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't click, bro. Sometimes you find out a girl just doesn't like to read. And while it doesn't matter short-term wise, like I like somebody that is cool to talk to, I don't have to talk the whole time unless I have to, Last thing I heard from him was a long rant about immigrants and how they were stealing his chance to get a girlfriend. I mean, is she dating an immigrant? Is she dating some Honduran named Carlos that is just giving it better to him? Like, how do you come up to these? How are you coming up to these conclusions? You're just being neurotic, okay? Because girly like being mistreated by evil Muslims. That's so stupid, man. Yeah, you dodged the bullet right there, girl. Let's just be friends. Why am I? No. Okay. All right, let's do one more. This is so staged. Look, anytime this happens, somebody staged it. Somebody was like, hey, girl, go beat up your man. And she's right there. I'm going to film it, by the way, because I don't know. Unless a crime is being committed, like she did assault him. But she saying how much of a player he is not going to tarnish his reputation. These days, I mean, just look at Luigi, right? Luigi pops somebody, and the government's like, this guy is terrible. And all these girls, they love Luigi. You know what I'm saying? They don't love Mario no more. They love Luigi, And so, look, a girl catches her man being disloyal at the club. It's like a guy that gets cheated on, or a girl ghosts him. And he's like, hey, this girl's a 304. She is for the streets. And he's very angry about it. that case, you just make yourself look bad. It's like you just look bitter because if a girl's for the streets and she on you, you're not gonna complain. You'll be like, well, she's for the streets, but we have a good time, right? Bitter men don't lash out. No, wait, non-bitter men don't lash out. Non-bitter women don't either. All right, let's see this one.
Experience. I mean, like, left. I need more season. I need experience. I mean, like.
No, I got experience too.
How many bodies you got?
It's over 20, over 30.
I need season left. I mean, hit me with a 100 piece or 80 piece. Like. Huh?
Okay, let me just put it this way: 30% of men have had zero sexual partners since COVID. So that is a huge number. So he is a little bit above the below average. But let's say he's like a little slightly above average, right? I'm just talking about body count. I'm not talking the other above average, right? If he was in the top 15 and then top 5% and then top 1%, it would drastically go from like 30 to 80 to 150 to 500 plus. But yeah, homie is not that. So, she's probably used to hooking up with guys that do adult content, like Adam 22 or something. And he's probably in the thousands. So yeah, homegirl, she wants that. And he's not that. It's fine. It's totally fine, guys. This girl does adult content. Like, I don't know why we're criticizing her for wanting a guy that has a higher body count than her. Women want to date up, or they at least want to be with a man that is, quote unquote, better than her. The metric is not the best metric in this situation. However, her metric is, I'm an adult star, and I want somebody with more experience than me. So that will be another person that is an adult star that is higher from what I'm doing, just leveled up. So that is her preference, right? But we gotta shame her for the views, guys. We gotta ridicule homegirl TT for her preference, right? Let's do this one. All right, we're gonna do this one too. Shit, man. Hold on. Women who got back with their exes years later, how did it work out for you? If I personally, if I grew up in a small town of 50,000 people and I have no way of leaving at all, no way. There's no internet. There's no nothing. And I broke up with a girl, and then maybe I dated like 3 other ones. Maybe I had a bad marriage. I read a book about this somewhere. I think it was like something about the butterflies or something. And you just had a bad marriage, and then maybe you reconnect. Like I've heard stories, mostly in literature and media, that things of those nature happen, such as Parent Trap. Right? We're talking about Parent Trap, right? Homie was about to get married, and then they didn't get married, and then he's about to marry another woman, but then because they got daughters, they reconnect, and they get the father and the mother reconnect, and they get married. And then he doesn't get married to the girl that he met, which is this like Cruella de Vil archetype, evil stepmom, potential archetype of a woman, right? Let's see. I was with my ex for 5 years. We started dating when I was 24. He had a baby, but tried to lie about it. See, it's always the lying, bro. It's always the lying, okay? We got back together 2 years ago and had another baby on me. That's your fault, okay? You gave him a chance again. Got back with my ex several times after he broke my heart and disrespected me. That's so toxic. Happy birthday. How you doing? I just missed the times that we had. Tell your mom I said hi. Messaging back talking, and I found out his marriage was in shambles. Ooh, boo-hoo. He wanted her back. Damn, boy. Fell in love again, moved to a city. They probably FaceTime for a couple hours, and she was like, I'm going to get back to him. Screw this, right? He failed a marriage, but you know what? Second time's the charm. He left. He said, "Girl, you sick. I can't deal with that pH unbalanced kitty cat. Bye." She got her pregnant. Didn't even attempt to pay for the and ended up moving back. She moved back home, forgave him, started talking again, and he ghosted again. This girl's just asking for it. It's like, just another dude, man. At this point, I know she probably don't want her body count to be higher, but at that point, you just got to trade off. It's like, look, you can go out with this guy or maybe somebody better, potentially better for her. Situationship, disrespect to her. It's always that, okay? Don't lie, right? Apologized. After a month, he reached out and apologized. Not up to 24 hours of being all sweet. Remind me that he's a mental patient. Girl, if you can't take him at his worst, you can't get him at his best. You know what I'm saying? The disrespect. Wasn't enough. 2 years later, we're back together again. Oh God, Jesus Christ, man. What is it like to be unattractive? I don't ever want to brag about my physical appearance, but I just know that when you are very unattractive, you feel like you have less options, which for women that only like physical attractiveness, that is the case. However, there are a lot of women that they do like a guy because he's funny. They don't care if he looks like a smashed marshmallow, bro. They don't look like if he looks like a defective Dud chocolate, a defective Hershey chocolate. They don't care. If he's funny, if he got money, if he's just a fun guy, adventurous, like there's a lot of women that like that. There is 237 reasons why women like to get it on. And it's not just physical attractiveness. It just means that the normal distribution of women and their preferences is wider than men's. That is all I'm saying. Essentially means that, if you're kind of weird and you're a guy and you just get it together, there's a girl that is going to like you because you're her type, right? She likes short guys that are very loud. There's girls that love that. You just got to find one that loves that. And, and that hopefully she's your type, as well, right? So pretty fit, BMI under 30, good hip to waist ratio, no bad skin, no bad hair, healthy hair, healthy skin, clear white eyes. Because when you're very sick and you have a low immune system, your eyes can be yellow, and then also your corneas get irritated because of you have your kidneys are not working as well, and you're not hydrated, and your vitamins are not up to par, so your eyes are gonna get yellow or swollen and whatever, right? Damn, called the cops too. Shit. Okay. I was with him for a year and he cheated numerous times, and then he begged. Come on, homie. Hey, look. He realized, look, they were together for a year. He cheated. And he realized how much he actually loves her because of the fact that, you know what? I just had to try other girls, man. I had to try them, and baby, I just had to reassure myself, reconfirm with my instinct that you're the one for me. But in order to do that, I had to disqualify and just get with a girl that I was not meant to be with. So I truly valued you. Okay. I made a mistake. I now realize how much of an important person you are in my life. That's what he did, He came, he had an epiphany. Okay. I was with my ex for 5 years. Had a baby, split. 9 months. Damn, that's 2 babies right there. Moved in with somebody else after 4 months. That's a little quick, bro. 3.5 years together. They split up. And then they ended up back together. I don't know, man. They're back together. What can I say? All right, so I'm gonna end this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna be doing a lot more of these. This is very enjoyable. Now we're gonna go to this casting. Hopefully, I'm not too late. And then we're gonna go to LA. I'll probably miss the casting because it's 12:30. I'm having too much fun with this shit. But guess what? I'll probably just tell them I'm gonna do media and patch it up. The only reason why I want to just get into modeling a little bit without getting into, you know, walking on stage in a thong and shit, or like swimsuit, mankini or whatever the fuck. It's just because you have to be able to be stoic when you're walking down the catwalk, the runway, and that's always good. A good skill to have is to not like laugh because you're on camera. You know, that's really it, honestly. All right, we're gonna end the stream. Follow me. The links are in the description to follow me on Instagram. All three of my Instagrams. I got a studio, Chateau Studio with an X. Chateau X with an X _ studio. That is my studio in LA. So follow that. Sura Media, my photography, videography, content, and _ Jorge M. Jara for my Instagram. That is my personal. And if like all that we went through right here, from the LA fires, the incompetency, if you're like, hey, I'm a man and I just want to be able to be somebody that inspires other people to be responsible and not have a tragedy like the LA fires happen once again, and you want to get that down, you want to become a leader, become accountable, responsible, socially aware, and have abundance in your life, then link in the bio as well, moamentoring.com. Or, send me an email, send me a DM on IG, see if you're a good fit. You know what I'm saying? If you're in LA and you want to shoot, you're a model, I got a studio, let's get it done. Let's raise some money for my girls that do content. If you watch this, set up a photo shoot, get that OF going, raise some money, save the puppies, and yeah, man, let's save LA, bro. Shout out to anybody that watches this. I'm just gonna be doing this way more, and that's how it's gonna be. All right, peace.